Welcome back, y'all. It's your boy, 100 Problems in the building. Just like always, I always keep it 98 plus 2 with y'all. I always keep it 100. You get me? And let's get right into the video here. I don't know if you guys are into the news, but Barry Bonds is not going to the Hall of Fame. But the Hall of Fame can't erase Barry Bonds. Let's get right into the video.
By continuing to keep him out, the Baseball Hall of Fame has actually caused Barry Bonds to be celebrated more. If the goal was to not honor him and Roger Clemens, it's actually had the opposite effect. Because if they had gotten in, there would be some reaction, and then it would be over with. But by still keeping two titans of the game out, while enshrining the likes of David Ortiz, who does have a reported PED link, the writers have ensured that this conversation will continue.
You know what? This is really crazy. Let me give you a background story. If these guys are not going to give you a background story. Right? Baseball Hall of Fame. Lately they realized lots of people in baseball were caught cheating. The steroid era. So one of the two big hitters, which is Barry Bonds and Roger Clemens. Right, these guys are for sure Hall of Famers. Like if it wasn't for this steroid thing, they're guaranteed to be in the Hall of Fame. So now this year was the last chance to get to the Hall of Fame, and they didn't get into the Hall of Fame because of their alleged, or I guess it's confirmed now, their steroid use. Right, and what this guy just said is like, Big Papi Ortiz right here, he was linked to some PEDs. And he's gonna get to the Hall of Fame, right? How's that fair? That's the lowdown there. But let's get right into the video.
And as a result, it has led to what amounts to an annual acknowledgement of how awesome Bonds was in particular. As all baseball fans of a certain era are quick to share the stats that show no player has ever been better. For instance, if all Bonds' 762 career home runs were outs, he would still have a higher on-base percentage than Ortiz.
You guys are not even understand that. I don't know if you guys watch baseball, but the man just said if Barry Bonds, if his 762 home runs were outs, he'll still have a higher on-ball percentage than Ortiz. That's crazy. That's what I'm trying to tell you guys. Barry Bonds is a for sure Hall of Famer. Like, really, well, I guess, use steroids or whatnot, but I feel like if you guys caught him while he was playing, right, then you have the right. But they catch him on it after he done playing, after he broke all the records and stuff like that. I don't know. I feel like in the Hall of Fame is the Hall of Fame is the Hall of Fame of baseball, and you can't have a Hall of Fame without a for sure Hall of Famer like Barry Bonds. Like, look at this: 14 MLB All Stars, 12 Silver Slugger awards, 8 Gold Glove awards, 7 MVPs. Like, this guy has some records that he honestly broke some records in the MLB. But if you want to say he's cheating, he's a cheater, steroids, all that, I understand, right? I don't like cheaters either, but I don't know. He has the numbers to make the Hall of Fame. And then in the Hall of Fame, there is some cheaters there as well. So you're gonna take them out? Like, that's what their argument was. It's like Big Papi Ortiz, he was linked to PEDs, but he's gonna get to the Hall of Fame. Like, so the rules, I don't know what baseball is doing. The rules don't make sense. But if you have other cheaters in the Hall of Fame, Barry Bonds is the cheater that must be in the Hall of Fame. You get me? But whatever, if he's a Hall of Famer or not, you're going to be talking about him because he still owns the records. You know what I mean? He still owns records in baseball. But that's just my opinion. Let's see what this guy has to say.
Who deserved to get in? Bonds has 7 MVPs. And while he clearly cheated, the way I've always put it is that Bonds before the juice was better than Ken Griffey Jr., while after the juice, he was better than Babe Ruth. This isn't a case of someone who was...
Are you guys hearing this? Yo, he's saying before he used steroids, he's still a Hall of Famer. After the steroids, yo, obviously, like he's one of the greatest ever. So like, taking him out the Hall of Fame does not make sense. I wish I can put into numbers for you guys if you're not baseball fans, but what he's saying is absolutely, it's mind-boggling. Like his records and what he does and what Barry Bonds did for the game is just it's of a legend. You know what I mean? Like I can't even compare it to anything, but he's Barry Bonds is the guy in baseball. You know, like he's like the Mike Jordan or he's like the Wayne Gretzky. He's like, I don't know, man. He's like Tom Brady of the sport. Like it's Barry Bonds. He's that dude. But yeah, let's keep going.
It was a creation of PEDs. By the way, I don't want to reward cheating either. However, given MLB looked the other way until it was no longer convenient, and the overwhelming amount of use that makes it nearly impossible to parse through each individual instance, the argument to deny Bonds a plaque collapses, which means the denial of his entry has led to Barry Bonds being the first name many think of.
That's so true. Like obviously we don't want to reward cheaters, but like there's other people who's done it and they're in the Hall of Fame. So like you not having him in, it just does not make sense. Now when you think of it, because he's so great, his name's gonna be automatically. It's like, oh wow, like he didn't get to the Hall of Fame. Like, you know what I mean? Like you can't erase the man from the Hall of Fame. Like it's really crazy what they're doing to the man, and I don't think they're ever gonna go back on it. It's gonna be like that. This is gonna be in history. And every time you guys talk about baseball or the Hall of Fame, and you're gonna talk about people who are not in the Hall of Fame, Barry Bonds' name is always gonna get brought up. And personally, I feel like that's gonna stay in the game, and I feel like it's gonna go down in history. Like the next 50 years, they're gonna be talking about this man because he's not in the Hall of Fame, and he's still gonna own records in the Hall of Fame, or he's gonna still own baseball records, and he's not gonna be in the Hall of Fame. So like, it's crazy. Like, you know, like imagine. Okay, let me put it in basketball terms. Imagine Wilt Chamberlain he broke all the records, the most points scored in the season, the most, like, everything. Like, yo, say if he has all the records and he's not in the Hall of Fame. Like, imagine Wilt Chamberlain not in the Hall of Fame. How would you guys feel? Like, it wouldn't make sense. He's a for sure Hall of Famer, and that's Barry Bonds. Like, it's just crazy what's going on. It's really crazy. But yeah, guys, that's it for the video there, man. But all that, it's really crazy for keeping Barry Bonds up the Hall of Fame. It's really crazy. But I know I didn't do it in the beginning, but if you made it this far, you guys know what to do. Hit the button that says subscribe. Come on. And leave a comment down below so I know you're rocking with me. Come on, guys. I need it. I need it. I know you guys can give it to me. So always do us a favor, man. It just helps. It helps me live my dream. And also to hit that like button at least. Come on, guys. I'm out. Peace.